Good morning everyone. Welcome back to the video class. As we are going, our half yearly examination is about to approach very soon, and we have finished the portion for the half yearly. If we talk about the overall syllabus, then there are 5 chapters in the history, 4 chapters in the geography, and 4 chapters in the civics. And all the chapters were explained briefly to you all through the live classes. And at that time, I have given you many opportunities in which you can quench your queries. As in the earlier video, I have discussed regarding the pattern of the question paper. So there is no need to explain again regarding this. I got a lot of complaints from the student that the PDF of chapter 4, the Mughal Empire, is not opened. Yes, some of you complained, but there were many who didn't complain regarding this, and they have written from the PDF only. Yet I have changed the link view in which I have enabled it for the all, but then also complaints were there, so their complaints were ended by me as I sent them the screenshots of the questions which were written. The last chapter was of the history which remains, because earlier chapters were already over by me through the live classes only. That last chapter was rulers and buildings. In that chapter we discussed that how different rulers constructed different type of buildings. When we talk about the medieval period regarding the rulers of the India, then many rulers of that time were indulged in the construction of the temples. They also constructed the palaces, as well as all that palaces were fortified. Why rulers constructed the temples? Because rulers were thinking themselves as the descendant of the god, and it was their belief that God sent them downside on the earth to govern the entire population of the territory. That's why they were making the huge buildings as a temples. We have also seen some characteristic features of the temple. In that Sikhara were there, Vimana were there, Gopuram were there, Garbhagriha were there. And we have also discussed that how these temples are the great deposits of the wealth. That's why when many rulers attacked to the another areas, their most focus was attack on the temples. Why were they attacking the temples? Because by attacking these temples, they were able to gain the huge wealth. Besides that, we have also seen how by the coming of the Sultanate period, the minarets, besides that dome-shaped structure, became very common. And later on, after the Sultanate period, there was the rule of the Mughal for the long time. And we have seen that Mughal brought a different type of architectural style with them, in which there were different characteristic features. That they also brought the idea of the dome, they also brought the idea of the minarets, they brought the idea of the pistak, they also brought the idea of the charbagh, and this idea of the charbagh was mostly brought by the Babur. And we have discussed that how various rulers of the Mughal dynasty contributed a lot in the construction of the various architects which are of the great importance. But if we talk about the ruler who did splendid work in the field of the architecture, then that was the Shah Jahan. Shah Jahan constructed Taj Mahal. He also constructed the Red Fort at the Agra and one of the biggest mosque of the world, Jama Masjid. Because of this architectural genius, skills, Shah Jahan is also known as the engineer king. Later on, we have seen the last ruler of the Mughal dynasty, who was the Aurangzeb. During his time, too much development in the field of architecture didn't, because Aurangzeb was a very orthodox Muslim. So during his time, many temples were destroyed, and at the place of the temples, many mosques were constructed. Later on the chapter which we have discussed, that was the last chapter of the civics, role of government in the health. In that chapter we have seen what are the various measures which are taken by the government to make the population of our country healthy. As our discussion was that if healthy population will be there, that population will contribute a lot with full potential in the economy, and if the contribution of the population will be with great potential, there will be a lot of boost in the economy. We have seen to maintain the health of the citizens, many hospitals are operated by the government that are known as the public health centers. These are located at the local area as well as the district and city areas. The cheap and affordable medication which is made in these hospitals have provided a greater boost to the common and poor people so that they can improve their health. Later on, we have also discussed that in our country, various private sector hospitals are also there. But the health related budget of these private sector hospitals are extremely high. That's why these are not affordable for the common and poor people. Only richer section of the society can get treatment from these. So these were the few things which were discussed during the class hours, and syllabus is over. All chapters are also uploaded in the video form. If any query is there, you can go through that video. If then also any type of problem is there, you all have my contact number, you all have my WhatsApp number. You can call to me or you can WhatsApp me. I am ready to quench your queries. And best of luck for your half-yearly examination. Bye, my dear students.